Today's Friday. You know what that means. We have new content, and MLB The Show 25 Diamond Dynasty. This is a pretty solid content update, not like a huge content update, but we're going to be getting a ton of content from today through Wednesday, even next Friday, in all honesty. So off to a good start, but let's go over it. So looking at the calendar, today we got the new 6th inning XP reward path where we finally have 99 overall bosses, which are all great. We have another weekend classic, the normal weekend classic at the end of each ranked seasons. We have the Gunnar Henderson Takeover program. We do not have the Spotlight drop, which comes out on Wednesday, but we also have, obviously, weekend classic rewards that are really sick in Ubaldo Jimenez and Manny Ramirez, which we'll get into later. Double XP and PXP is back for this weekend. And then coming soon on Sunday, the Hall of Fame induction is happening for CC Sabathia, Ichiro, Billy Wagner, Dick Allen, and the late Dave Parker. But I don't know what they're going to do with that content. I think they're going to make Hall of Fame cards for all of them. I mean, they have the rights for all of them except for Ichiro. So I'd assume that they don't have Ichiro's rights. But anyway, that content is going to be coming out sometime on Sunday. They said after the ceremony. The ceremony ends sometime between 3 and 4, I think, Eastern. But yeah, and that's going to follow the Legends and Flashbacks collection, which thank you guys so much for the support on that last video. You guys have been showing my channel so much love this year overall. I'm just going to say one thing. Once we get to 4,000 subscribers, which we're really close to, I'm going to be doing something pretty cool. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't. New World Series and Flawless Rewards on Tuesday with a new multiplayer program and a race car. That's probably for the race car game or whatever that thing is called between the Reds and the Guardians? No, the Braves. So starting with the Gunnar Henderson Takeover program, it is only 20 points. And you get this 99 free Gunnar Henderson, which is a great card. 111, 100 contact, 115, 99 power, with 76 vision and 86 discipline, but it's like, whatever. 109 clutch, good defense as well. He'll be silver with the good arm at short and third. Good speed and ceiling as well. This is the epitome of a great free 99. Not like an insane card that wows you, but it's a free card that you can get super easily and is going to be on like everyone's team. That's, you know, not like a sweat like I am. So this is a great card by SDS. Taking a look at the program, you can do moments to get 10 points. You only need 20 points. And then some stat missions. And then you can also do optional Gunnar Henderson missions with either the 20th anniversary card or the live series card. I'm going to get into the 6th inning reward path after this, but let's just go to the cornerstones while we're here. So here, they are 97s this time, so they're creeping up. First, we have Tony Oliva. Is that how you say it? But overall, nothing too special. I mean, great contact, right, and clutch, but there's so many guys that are better than Tony Oliva in this game. I didn't really like the swing on his first card that came out. I don't remember what it was, but, you know, not a terrible free card. Moving down the line, we also have Dontrell Willis. This is a pretty good free pitching card. 97 overall, 4-seam slider, change, cutter, sinker, so a good pitch mix, good control, pretty good break, good velocity. His hits per 9 and pitching clutch, his hits per 9 could be a little higher for how far in advance we are in the power creep compared to pre-All-Star game content, but this is still definitely a serviceable starting pitcher for free. And then we have Raul Ibanez as the last one, which is an overall pretty good hitter. I really liked his swing on, I think it was his 99 last year before I stopped playing that terrible game. But anyway, 25 is a much better game, and this is a cool Raul Ibanez. Great against righties, 117, 100 with 102, 80 versus left, 101 vision, 125 clutch. Silver defense, has first base, so left, first, and right. Overall, pretty solid free cornerstone cards. Now moving to the 6th inning XP reward path, it works exactly the same as the last one. They kept the voucher at 50,000 and they also kept the exchanges, and they added some new missions this time that they're going to add more to as it progresses, which is interesting. So this is going to be just as easy, if not easier, as the last one. Let me quickly just show you the low diamond cornerstone cards, even though literally like you're only going to use these guys for the missions. There's Willis, here's Raul Ibanez, and then here's Tony Oliva. 125 clutch for an 85 is pretty solid, but I mean, who would use an 85 right now? But anyway, moving down the XP reward path for the 6th inning, the henchman is this 98 Kyle Seager gold glove, 112, 100 contact, 111, 80 power with 118 clutch. He has really good defense, not the best arm though at third, but overall this is a good free third baseman that if you don't have Roland, if you don't have the other third baseman in the game, this is a pretty solid free option. And one thing I will say, I'm already at 100,000 and I haven't even played the game. Like, it's really easy to get this Kyle Seager. But moving down the line, let's take a look at the bosses. They are all 99s, starting with Corey Kluber. This is the Signature Series Corey Kluber from MLB The Show 20. Yes, that Corey Kluber. Those of you who have been playing for that long, I've been playing since 15. I started playing Diamond Dynasty in 16. But anyway, Corey Kluber in MLB 20 was one of the greatest pitchers of all time. Definitely top 5 starting pitcher ever in the history of MLB The Show, Diamond Dynasty. And this card is probably the best one that we've gotten since that one, just based on timing and attributes in the pitches. So sinker, cutter, slurve, slider, circle change. I'm pretty sure the 20 card had a 4-seam instead of the slider, so the slider makes this card even better. 100, 103 per 9s is great. 104 clutch is great. The control is insane, so those pars are going to be tiny. The break is really good. Velocity's good. The differentials, the only card that doesn't, or the only pitch that doesn't have a good speed differential compared to the others is the circle change. And if you're using that card if you're using that pitch very frequently, like, what are you doing? This is easily the pick for me, but it doesn't mean that the other 2 cards are bad. Moving on, we have Ted Simmons, a Hall of Fame card. One thing to note is I genuinely, since it says Legends and Flashbacks Collections, I think there's going to be a Hall of Fame mini collection, and then the final collection reward is going to be like one of the Hall of Fame. Like, I think the final collection reward is going to be probably CC Sabathia or maybe a really juiced Dave Parker, and then the other one will be the Hall of Fame series, because there's like 4 cards now, and then they're going to drop like 4 more on Sunday. That we could also see a juiced Billy Wagner. I mean, we're going to get cards for all those guys, but anyway, Ted Simmons, 118, 115 contact, 86, 90 power, 112 vision, 120 clutch, good defense, can play catcher, first, third, and left, switch hitter. Everyone loved his awards card from the beginning of the year. I hated it. I don't know what it was. This card is obviously not going to be my starter over Cal Raleigh, but it'll probably be my backup, which is crazy for me to say. But if you don't have Cal Raleigh, who is very expensive, this is probably the best catcher in the game outside of Cal Raleigh. But then moving down the line, Chase Utley is the final boss. This is just an overall balanced, really good 99, and the timing of these 99s are perfect. There's a difference between having a card like this Chase Utley come out at the end of July versus in November. Is this Chase Utley going to be in people's lineups in November? No. Is this Chase Utley? God, I can't talk today. Is this card going to be in people's lineups today? Absolutely. I mean, 115, 105 contact, 101, 104 power, 109 clutch, 99 fielding and reaction. This is a great card, and he has first base. I don't think he's ever had first base. So now let's take a look at the new Weekend Classic rewards. First of all, Mike Napoli and Corbin Burns were added to the Rewind packs, even though they were literally from last week. But let's take a look at, not that Jimmy Rollins, we'll get into that later. Let's take a look at the new Weekend Classic rewards. And another thing too is they're going to be doing another mid-season Weekend Classic from August 8th to August 15th. So it's going to be a full week. But anyway, Ubaldo Jimenez, this card is amazing. One of the best pitchers in the game right now. 4-seam sinker, splitter, slider, cutter. That is a great pitch mix. 113 hits per 9, 115 pitching clutch, 99 velo, outlier on the sinker. The control is there except for the cutter. Same with the break. But ultimately, the cutter, it's a great pitch. But I wouldn't use it too much with this card because everything else is just elite with this guy. I mean, this is a great card. I actually liked the Cornerstone card for the first 2 or 3 weeks of the game. This card is very good. But the other card is Manny Ramirez. Yeah, the 99 Manny Ramirez is here. And this is the Manny Ramirez player model that does not have dreads, so he's not going to lag like he did with the first inning boss. 113, 125 contact, 112, 100 power with 125 clutch, 114 discipline, and he has silver defense, which is pretty good for Manny Ramirez. One thing I will say, in all honesty, I could see another 99 Manny Ramirez. I highly doubt it. I just think that his endgame card should have maxed out power versus both sides, or maybe close to that. But ultimately, there's no knock on this card. This card's amazing. I think that we could get a better Manny Ramirez, but that's kind of just irrelevant. This is a great Manny Ramirez card. And then if we go to the show shop, we have a new headliner being Awards Warren Spahn, 98 overall, four-seam curve, screwball slider sinker. The control is insane and the break is really good. 100 hits per 9, 102 pitching clutch, insane stamina. Of course, Warren Spahn is going to have insane stamina. Now, I got to say, Warren Spahn is probably one of the most underrated pitchers all time, like in the history of baseball. People don't realize how good of a career he had, but he's never good in MLB The Show. It's kind of a shame, and he only has 84 Ks per 9, so you're never going to strike anyone out. He is decently expensive, but he's also only been out for 10 minutes. But the new chase card is this 99 Jimmy Rollins, and I gotta say, this card is phenomenal. Switch hitter. Like, this card really reminds me of Carlos Beltran. He's obviously not as good as Beltran in everything, but he reminds me of Beltran because he's good at everything. 107 for both contacts, 115 clutch, 90, 102 power, 109 vision. Maybe the discipline is a little lower than Beltran, but switch hitter. Very good defensively, very good with the speed. This card is amazing. I personally would take the Holiday over Jimmy Rollins because he's a much better hitter. But overall, I think this card is better. I don't think he's worth that many stubs, but he is still a very, very good card. First retro finest too. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys are new here, follow me on all my social medias, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. But most importantly, make sure to subscribe on here on YouTube. So yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace.